Here we have Jeepers Creepers and Jeepers Creepers 2, which I believe is coming out next week from Scream Factory, you know, the subdivision of Shout Factory. Pretty controversial releases, I guess you could say, for numerous reasons, although we're not going to get into those such things. I will talk about the releases themselves, which are good. Now, you know Jeepers Creepers has been out before. Both of them has been out on Blu-ray before. Maybe in a combo pack, too. I'm not sure. Seemed like they might have been I know there's at least a DVD combo pack. Maybe there's a Blu-ray one as well. I don't know. But this is definitely loaded if you like Jeepers Creepers. Now, if you've never seen this, it has Justin Long. It's directed by Victor Salva. You know how that is. But, you know, Justin Long, him and this girl, I forget the actress' name, but they're playing a brother and sister couple. And they're on their way home from college or whatever it is. And they get on this big back road. And they basically see what it equals the creeper doing something very, very sinister. And they kind of, you know, get noticed that they're noticing what's going on. So it ends up with him trailing them, and then, of course, it turns into one big thing where it's a cat and mouse game of them kind of being nosy, but you kind of can't blame them for being nosy, but then it gets them further into the thick of things with our resident creeper here, which, for my money, during the 2000-2003 time period or whatever that these movies were coming out, might have been the closest thing horror had to a new version of a Freddy or a Jason at the time. I would say that. And this one here is probably, of course, the better of the two, but you know, it's kind of creative the way it is, because during a lot of times in this movie, we're seeing the two brother-sister characters up front in the front seat of something while all the danger is happening out through the back window of the car. And a lot of times we notice it before they even notice it. It's real subtle. This is more of a subtle horror film, but it does get tense at times, and it looks good, I do believe. And Scream Factory has went out of their way and made this a 2-disc thing. So we got the first disc, which has an audio commentary with Victor Salva, Justin Long, and Gina Phillips. That was the other actress, and that's a new commentary. Also an audio commentary with just director Victor Salva. This too has a look back at Jeepers Creepers. It has a look at the career of producer Barry Oper, a look at the career of actress Patricia Belcher, Behind the Peepers, deleted extended scenes, alternate opening and ending sequences, photo gallery, and a theatrical trailer. So, like I said, if you're into this movie, and it's a pretty more of a subtle, slow build horror in some ways, but then it gets tense, I would say definitely check that out if you like Jeepers Creepers. That is. Me and my friends were always fans of the films because we bought them one night at Walmart years ago, like 2003, I want to say 2004, something like that. And we liked it so much that we went back immediately and bought the second one. So that's how much we liked it. Of course, you know, there's really no reason to take that out of there. It's got the, I'll show you that here. It's got the original artwork that you remember from all the other releases pretty much there. You know that. That's the original artwork. Everybody's seen that, which I'm always a big fan of the new stuff they do for them. Anyway, but that's Jeepers Creepers 1, and this one is probably, if you're going to get one of them, which is good for you if you're able to do that. I have to get both. But if you just want one, that's probably the one you want to go with. Although, with the second one, maybe the subtle nature of things is a bit toned down, and it becomes more of an action thing as a bunch of high school kids get stuck on the side of the road, thanks to the creeper, while he's back at it once again, doing his thing. You know how it is. Every 23 years or 23 days, he comes back. He hunts down people, and he takes what he wants from them, because whenever he eats it, it becomes part of him, which, you know, is even more so now this time, since he's got a school bus of people to pick from. Justin Long even returns slightly in some dream sequences. One of the characters apparently has a psychic thing going, but one thing I always liked about this one, although I don't think it's as good a film overall, is it at least makes it to where you don't really know who's going to make it or who's not. Now, it's kind of shoddy in the first one, too, to where, you know, you kind of get surprised by some stuff, but this time around, you really have no clue who's going to live or who's going to die, and there's some shocks there. Of course, Ray Wise, I think that's his name. Is it Ray Wise? Is that what his name was? The guy from Twin Peaks. He's on Bold and the Beautiful right now, actually. But I really think it was Ray Wise. Was that his name? I think they would put him like up front and center since he's such an important actor. Or at least I think, Ray Wise, a very important actor, you know. One of my favorite actors overall. He's in here, which at first I didn't recognize that was him at first for some reason. I was like, well, that guy looks just like the guy from Twin Peaks. And it was the guy from Twin Peaks, so he's there, and that adds something to it. Maybe even a little bit up the ante a little bit on the violence this time around. Not that they're most blood-soaked films you're going to find anyway, but there is a little bit more violence this time around anyhow, and there's some pretty cool effects, which there's some good effects before, but they seem to have went out of their way for the effects a little bit more of this time around. Well, there's the disc here. Here's the disc there. And again, I'm pretty sure you've seen that. Which I know a lot of people, it's really hot in here. A lot of people kind of like to flip that and then keep the slip cover, for something different. But I just like using the slip cover in the new already the way it is. And this one here probably even packs more extras than the other one does. Of course, disc 1, audio commentary with director Victor Salva and cast members. A creeper commentary by Jonathan Brick, who is a creeper and is, of course, narrated by some folks. Disc 2 has Jeepers Creepers Then and Now featurette again. Don't Get Off the Bus, which is interviews with people from the movie. A Day in Hell, a look at the filming of Jeepers Creepers 2. Lights, Camera, Creepers, the making of Jeepers Creepers 2. Creeper Creation, the Orphanage Visual Effects Reel. That is the Orphanage Visual Effects Reel. Creeper Composer, deleted scenes, storyboard renditions of scenes not filmed, photo gallery, and a trailer. So, like I said, these are good films, especially during that time period. Because what did you have during, was it 2001 to 2003? We had Final Destination films. Then we had the back end of the Scream slasher style stuff, and then you had these, which probably had all the legs in the world to stand on and keep going forward with more sequels. But for obvious reasons, I guess those never happened. But I would not be against Jeepers Creepers 3 if one ever came out, because I can kind of separate, the art from the artist, so to speak. But if you don't, I understand. But it's not like they released Clown House, right? Which, unfortunately, is a good movie that we probably will never see legally in America on Blu-ray due to such things that happen. But you get these, and these are not bad. So that's from Scream Factory. Pretty solid work from those guys, I would say. Transfers look good. I think these are actually new transfers as well, so they're not the same ones left over. These are 2K scans, I believe. So if you want to upgrade or just maybe get them for the first time, this would be the way to go.